Fallacy. What do you mean by that? Preview. A fallacy is an argument of a type that is generally recognized as bad. In simple terms, fallacy just means bad argument. But do we note that every bad argument is not fallacy? One of the best examples of fallacy is people have been praying to God for years, but no one has ever been able to prove his existence. So people just assume that God does exist. That does not mean so. Another example of fallacy is dogs are good pets and coyotes are dogs. Therefore, coyotes are good pets, which can well be deadly. People who eat oatmeals have a healthy heart, which is not true. It depends on the heart's conditions. Now, understanding one more thing about a masked man fallacy. There are two subsections, which is intentional fallacy and epistemic fallacy. Understanding the masked man fallacy means that it is committed when one makes an illicit use of Leibniz's law in an argument. Now, the question arises, what is this law? Well, the law states that if one object has a certain property while another object does not have the same property, the two objects cannot be similar. It's just like A equals to B, B equals to C, but always C equals to A. Now, the name of the fallacy comes from this example. Preview. Suppose I know a person named Gaurang. Second premise is I do not know who the masked man is. Preview. So the conclusion is that Gaurang is not the masked man. Well, that's true in a way if you think of it as a raw sense, but come on, it's incorrect. Second example is Kamal Soni believes that Superman can fly. But Kamal Soni does not believe that Clark Kent, its alter identity, can fly. So that means Superman and Clark Kent are not the same person? Well, comic book fans would highly disagree on this. Now, in symbolic terms, the above argument means that the first premise, I know who X is, while the second premise says that I do not know who Y is. So the conclusion that they derive is therefore X is not Y, which is incorrect. So the following similar statements is also valid. That X is Z, Y is not Z, therefore X is not Y. X is Z, Y is Z, or Y is not Z. Therefore, X is not Y. All these examples suggest that fallacy does exist, but it does not make sense. One more example, that the masked man is Mr. Varun. Okay. And the witness believes that the masked man committed the crime. Preview. Therefore, the witness believes that Mr. Varun committed the crime. Well, how can you actually know who's in the mask? The witness believes that the masked man committed the crime as we say it. But which is incorrect. Therefore, Mr. Varun is not the masked man. Now, counter-argument of the above example only changes that the witness believes these claims on his own, but without proof. He cannot actually say it. But then again, you need to believe what it is. One of the classical examples that are available online, which people even know that it is fallacy, just hear this. That in the first video you can see that the car has just banged into a stationary car. Now the witness may know who the car is driven. He does not know who the car owner is. So despite that, he just randomly assumes that the driver is the owner itself. Second example.
Baby. Sweetheart. Sweetheart, baby. Baby, hi. Nothing. Hi. Oh, it's so sad. Hi. It's okay. Oh, honey. Oh, baby. It's okay. Sweetheart. I know. Oh, baby.
It's Daddy! It's Daddy!
Oh.
This is a cute video of a baby playing with his father. Now, the baby, the little girl, knows his father with the beard, but suddenly, when the father just clean shaves it out, the little girl refuses to recognize him as his own father. Now the third example is from the Avengers movie.
We got Stark up top. He's gonna need us to...
So, this all seems horrible.
I've seen worse.
Sorry.
No, we could use a little worse.
Stark, we got him.
Banner?
Just like you said.
Then tell him to suit up. I'm bringing the party to you.
I don't see how that's a party.
In the movie, people know who Dr. Bruce Banner is and they are quite familiar with his work. People also know that who the Hulk is, and quite frankly, they're terrified of him. But they don't know that Dr. Bruce Banner himself is the Hulk, because both of them share a very different personality as it is. And also the same, that Spider-Man, Superman, everybody just puts a cloak of identity and then people just randomly believe that they are two different people altogether. Most of the comics work that way. Well, in the fourth example, here we see that a owner actually goes to the hospital because of certain diseases and he loses nearly 50 pounds and 50 kilos, not 50 pounds but 50 kilos, and he's gone so thin that the dog, as soon as he sees him, just refuses to recognize him, saying that no, not that thin, until he comes and sniffs him and then realizes, oh no, he's the same. So this is another classic example of how just assumptions can lead to a wrong end, or we can call it fallacy. Preview.
simple things. The maths of A is equal to B and B is equal to C, so A is equal to C stands in a logic. But the truth is, a fallacy is an ideal example how and why direct logic shouldn't be applied without proper reasoning. Thus, the generation of bad argument together, especially in the situation of the video of the dog and the baby, just by having a small alternation to reality doesn't suggest it's a different in being nature. Always understand all the facts before deriving any conclusion.